Good morning or good evening, whatever time it is where you are. It's early morning here and I have not been able to sleep, so I thought I'd come on here and have a chat here live with you guys about this incident here with Kate and William. So let me just this incident here with sorry about that, I'm just getting prepared here for the live show. So a bit of a day or a bit of an evening for William and Kate, so let's have a look into this and see what happened here. And hi everyone, hi from Australia. Yeah, let's have a look what happened here. So the Daily Mail, okay, the Daily Mail, and this was reported at 2:00 this morning. And we'll look into this. So, royal crash horror. A grandmother of 83 is seriously ill in hospital after a collision with William and Kate's police convoy as the couple travelled to the Order of the Garter ceremony in Windsor. Now, the first thing I get here, guys, intuitively, is that why on earth did they need all that kind of convoy there? I mean, I don't think this is a usual thing. I don't understand why they needed such a big convoy. So let's have a look. Why are they suddenly having convoys like this? Okay, a motorcycle in Duke and Duchess of Cambridge convoy here was actually involved with this collision. Well, it looks like they hit a little old lady. That is just not on, is it? That is not on. So this grandmother here, 83 years old, is seriously ill in hospital. And there's going to be an investigation of this. So they were travelling to this ceremony, all in, I guess they were all dressed up in their regalia. And this accident happened, so surely they must have, what, did they just carry on driving, or did they carry on with the ceremony? Because that must have been quite upsetting for Kate and William, I would say. I mean, that would be quite shocking. And apparently this is the fourth involving a royal in just 7 months. So this is a fourth accident here involving a civilian here, a member of the public. Okay, William and his wife Kate were leaving London. Oh, leaving London. Yeah, leaving London to take part in a ceremony at Windsor Castle when this accident happened. It is believed to have involved one of the advanced party of police motorcyclists, outriders. who hold back the traffic. So what on earth was he doing? Holding back an old lady that he ran her over? I mean, that's just not on. I feel that's negligence, guys. I do. I actually. Why do they need such a convoy like that? There's no need for that. Okay. So it was a police motorcyclist that was out on the sort of an outride, kind of telling other kind of in guiding people away so they can get this great big convoy through the centre of London. I mean, you know what the traffic's like in the centre of London. Just to go up the road for this ceremony. Well, anyway, she is called, I'm not going to say her name here, but she was struck here by this motorcyclist. And there was a massive police presence around the crash, said this person who published this, who lives near this lady. A lady was on the ground being attended to by paramedics, and the police motorcycle was lying on its side on the road nearby. Oh my goodness. Spokeswoman of the royal couple told the Mail they were deeply concerned and saddened and had been in touch with the victim's family. Flowers have been sent. The royal couple have said that they would like to visit Mrs. Mayer if she feels ready for that. That's very good of them to do that. That must have really upset Kate and William. I don't ever remember Kate and William having a convoy to take them through. No, I don't. Maybe blackened out cars or something like that, but I've never known them to have like vehicles and motorcyclists, like a big convoy. Maybe this is a big mistake. So how do they feel here? How do they feel? Obviously, absolutely dreadful, I would say. They feel really, really bad. Like, they were being escorted through London like some kind of big important people, and just throwing these like minions out of the way for them to get through. I just feel that they feel terrible for this. Anyway, she is seriously injured. Well, there is it says here 83-year-old victim was taken to a London hospital where she is in serious but stable condition. Oh. In line with procedure, the Metropolitan Police Service referred the collision to the IOPC. I guess this is an investigation. Our staff attended the scene of the incident, and after careful consideration, we have launched an independent investigation. The investigation is in its very early stages, and the officer involved is assisting our inquiries as a witness. The incident occurred on Upper Richmond Road, southwest London, at 12:50 p.m. on Monday. Okay. William and Kate were travelling to join the Queen for the Order of the Garter ceremony, when members of the royal family use public roads. They normally use an official car. That's what I was thinking. They don't usually use convoys. They normally use an official car. In this case, most probably a Land Rover Discovery, preceded by another Land Rover with armed police. They don't normally have motorcyclists and all that kind of palaver. The two cars have motorbike. Okay, the two cars have motorbike outriders to the front and the back for security reasons and as a means of clearing the path. It is believed that the incident involved one of the advanced parties who were designated to back off the traffic. That's not easy feat to do through London. It is not yet clear whether Mrs. Mayer was actually struck or whether she fell. She is something of a watchdog. Will investigate. Okay, this is, yeah, okay. So the Duke and Duchess did not see the accident, and in line with security procedures, the convoy kept possible and immediately set about contacting the family. Well, I don't think she really wants to speak to anybody if she's seriously injured, in all honesty. So I wanted to look into this. There's going to be an investigation, but was it the motorcyclist who hit this old lady as the convoy was going along here? It actually looks like a pelican, like a crossing with lights. So she may have been crossing the road at this pelican crossing. I mean, she may have been doing this, it may have been flashing red, green for her to walk across. So did the convoy carry on going through a red light? And here, so this is what I'm going to ask here, because it looks like a pelican crossing. Did the convoy carry on through this red light here? Did the convoy? Well, they were all in good spirits, and they wanted to get. Yeah, they were in very good spirits. Was Kate and William, and immediately was heartbroken over this. I feel that this convoy just wanted to get them to Windsor for this. I feel as well, with the blue lights on, going through red lights to get through. I feel this was a pelican crossing, guys, and the convoy went through this red light while this lady was crossing. That's what I get here. That's what I get here. So they were not going to stop at a red light, a crossing red light. I mean, is that legal? So, yeah, not good, guys. And then there was that other crash, wasn't there, with Prince Philip there driving when he's kind of I'm not saying there's anything wrong with driving at 96 or, but there was that accident too. Well, this is a bit fishy, guys. It really is. I feel this convoy drove through this Pelican crossing. I reckon it was a crossing. It was a red light, and they just continued through it. Because these convoys have got kind of like blue lights on the cars to say we're coming through, kind of thing. But when a little old lady's crossing the road, I don't think she probably wouldn't have. Anyway, this is really upset. Okay, they were in good spirits before that happened. I think, and they feel bad because they feel responsible because they was being driven through London as like some kind of very important people, and in the process, this lady gets hurt. So well, what I pick up here, guys, is that this was a crossing and the red light to the crossing was flashing. And this little old lady, as you would, if it's flashing, so you can cross, started to cross the road, and I didn't expect this great big convoy to come down the road and knock her over and go through a red light. So a little bit of a debate there, isn't there? I mean, looking at this this Order of the Garter service, Prince William looks very, very kind of in shock and can't believe what's kind of just happened, and Kate has just got that broad smile on her face. Horrible. I mean, is that what you do on a convoy? Just tear through crossing, Pelican crossings when somebody's crossing the road? This is what I feel has happened here. Just to take some royal family to some kind of celebration. Yeah, so yeah, not nice, guys, not nice. And I don't like to I feel the feeling with, and I had to do this reading because I just felt it so much for that little lady that was crossing the road. Yeah, convoys go through red lights, what even Pelican crossings where people are already crossing the road. What do they expect people to do? Just push them out of the way? Is that what happened? Absolutely, Amy. Yeah, Amy, security should have cleared the path long before the travel. Absolutely. Like put some kind of. Okay, there was dignitaries in the convoy. So I just don't know. I guess like a little. How fast were they? How fast were they kind of driving? Because if this little old lady of 83 crossing the road. Yeah, I don't understand this. Anyway, it wasn't. It looks like it was on a crossing. Apparently this happened on Monday, but it's been reported today, this morning. Okay, well, this poor lady, apparently this motorcyclist, it looks like this motorcyclist was trying to move her out of the way. The way I see it, it happened on a crossing. She'd obviously pressed the button and it had gone red, and she started walking across the road. This is what I pick up here. And this motorcycle smashed into her, trying to move her out of the way. She is severely injured. Yes, she is, but she's stable. The thing is, straight away, you know, Kate and William said we will visit this lady, this old lady, as soon as she is able. But the only thing is that she's not going to be ready to for anybody to visit her for a while. I don't think so. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I mean, the shock of it may have killed her, that kind of thing. Could you imagine if it killed her? Um, okay. I don't I can't see how a convoy can go through a built-up area at speed. I just don't see as that is safe. I don't see as that is safe. When there's people that are likely, children could run out into the road. An old lady could be on a crossing the road. This is going to really upset the British public. It's like these posh gits here. These posh gits. Yeah, we're talking about a really narrow. In England, we have got our roads are not huge. They are very narrow, and you're only allowed to do in some parts of these roads like that. You're only allowed to do 30 miles per hour. And if it's near a school, you can only do about 20 miles per hour. So I cannot understand how a convoy would be speeding through a built-up area like that. That in itself is very, very dangerous. Yeah. What I pick up is that they were celebrating. There was not celebrating, but they were having a good time in the back of this 4x4. Excited, all very, happy about the occasion when all of this kind of debacle happened. I feel this investigation is going to look into, is this really a safe practice to to actually do a convoy through the centre of London? Those roads, that road where the accident happened was just a very narrow road. And it's a narrow road. So I feel that there may be some changes here. I feel this is going to be William that's going to make these changes, because he's going to feel like a really big fat rat for this. Yeah, there is a terrorist threat, but then again, they drive around London on their own, guys. Bo Baron, they drive around on their own to events, and they do have blackened out. Sometimes they jump in a blackened out 4x4. They don't go everywhere in a convoy. You know, if they wanted to get there so quickly, why didn't they use the helicopter? They've got helicopter pads at Kensington Palace and Windsor. So I feel that there's going to be changes after this. Okay, I do feel that they will use helicopters. Um, I've seen Kate driving around by herself. She actually used to go to the local supermarkets on her own. Um, yeah, and you know, it is dangerous even to drive, to be honest with you. It is dangerous to drive. But the royal family, they do just jump in their cars and they do drive around London. They do tend to use their helicopters to go from place like Kensington Palace to Windsor. Yeah, the roads are too narrow for that kind of convoy. Um, that's right. She does. I mean, you know, people. I used to live in Surrey, and I used to walk around a place near Surrey called Petworth, and this Petworth House there, and they go there to actually go and play polo. There's lots of polo around that area, and I've seen. Well, this was a few years ago now. But I saw Prince Harry walking around that village with his friend. People just don't. It's not. You know, people just don't. These quiet country villages. People don't bother the royal family. They just, you know, they'll be walking around and nobody will bat an eyelid. You know. So yeah, I have actually seen Prince Harry walking around the village there. I didn't say anything. Nobody said anything. Um, and it's just sometimes they do. He used to walk down King's Road by himself near the shops and things like that. So yeah, there's been a number of accidents. There has, hasn't there? Yeah, there is. There has been a number of accidents. I think this is going to change the way they travel around central London. I feel sad for that little old lady. I do. In fact, the way the British people will think about this is that they will feel for that little old lady. And what are they doing in their big flash cars, doing a convoy through a narrow street like that? A narrow road, that will be questioned. You know, who the hell do they think they are? I mean, British people do think like that. You know, it'll be, you know, who the hell do they think they are? Um, yeah. So yeah, I actually saw Prince Harry. He was very tall. um, you know, you can tell he's got like a very kind of posh kind of swagger, like a really stands up tall, stands straight. Well, he hadn't met Meghan then; it was way before then, and very tall. Yeah, I noticed that he was very tall, um, and he'd got some kind of posh friend with him as well. So they were just walking around this village. Um, You know, it's like when they go to Balmoral, you know, the Queen used to go and to the village and things like that. Um, it's the way it is. Okay, so not nice, eh, guys? So I feel that this really upset William. I hope this lady's going to be okay. But there will be a little bit of uproar over this. This is like a residential area. And it's got a crossing, you know. I don't know if you've ever been to England, any of you, but this is like it's actually got a crossing, and where a pelican crossing where you press the button and you wait for the green man and you walk across. And you know, here we have this convoy just tearing through this red light. um I don't know whether I agree with it, or but I don't agree with going through narrow streets through London with a convoy in a residential area where people live. I think it's wrong. I have to say that. My opinion, okay. I think it's wrong because there are going to be people crossing the road. And how are you going to move them out of the way? Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Why not just get the helicopter and you know you'll be there in 5 minutes, and that's that. They have got their own helicopter. Ridiculous, guys. Has anybody been to London? Do you realise how busy the streets are in London? Um, has anybody been to London here? The streets are heaving in London. There's no way you can get a convoy through. Yeah, there is. The lady's name is. I'll find that for you because she, you know, at that age, you could get shocked, couldn't you, through that? And they will. Don't forget, they will play it down. They will play it down because they don't want it to sound really bad. So if they're saying she's seriously injured, no, it's terrible. I think it's. I don't. I feel this is. I don't agree with this. And I know you're saying, yeah, convoys do move at a speed to get through because of terrorists and things like that. Why don't they use a damn helicopter? Um, you know, the weather was good. Oh, there was no rain apparently when this happened. Um, her name is Irene Mayer. She's 83 years old. And this was in Richmond. It would have been in Richmond area, Upper Richmond Road. And which is a lovely area, by the way, very posh. And the royal couple said they would like to visit Mrs. Mayer if she feels ready. Well, it sounds like she's not too great. She probably got a few fractured bones. Mrs. Mayer's daughter, Fiona, who lives with her mother just 300 yards from the scene in East Sheen, West London, said she's got, oh, right, okay, this Fiona, okay, says that she's got a lot of injuries and they're just keeping her stable at the moment. Oh my God. What, I wonder what happened. I get a feeling the motorbike smashed into her. That's what I'm getting here. The motorbike hit her. Trying to move her out of the way. When she was crossing the road, when she'd got the green light to go across the Pelican Crossing. It's not her fault. The Independent Office for the Police Conduct said the 83-year-old victim was taken to hospital with serious injuries, unstable. Well, they still went and carried on with this ceremony, but I must admit, if you look at the picture I put up there, you look at William, he can't believe it. He's like, he still can't believe it. He's in shock. And this sort of thing, I feel, would upset William. He'll think this is, this is just terrible, that just to get us posh gits across London, I feel this is how he will feel. Just for this ceremony is just not good. I think he will feel like a big fat rat for doing this. Definitely not going to do this again. This is a learning curve. I feel I don't know what it was a residential area. It was a crossing, guys. A crossing, and it's even got those lines going up to the crossing where it says slow down. Craziness. Yeah, it looks like the motorbike hit her. Oh, that's not nice. I hope she's okay anyway. No, it wasn't Prince William's fault, but I think he will take it. I think he will blame himself or the choice of vehicles or the way this was conducted. Maybe through this like residential area. So I think no, I don't think they were drinking. They were on their way to this this ceremony. So yeah, so what's your comments there, guys? What I'm going to do is look at okay, so I'll just read this for you about what is the Order of the Garter that they were actually going, all these cars driving through London here. It's the Order of the Garter. The most noble Order of the Garter is an order of chivalry founded by King Edward III of England in 1348. It is the most senior order of knighthood in the British honours system, outranked in precedence only by the Victoria Cross and the George Cross. The Order of the Garter is dedicated to the image and arms of St. George, England's patron saint. So that's where they were going, this ceremony. Yeah. I'm just having a look here. Yeah, so it's about peerage. It is about peerage. The founder of the Order of the Garter is about complete peerage. So it is about snobbery. It is. Listing each founding member as knighted in 1344. So it's a ceremony of that. So anyway, guys, I hope the lady's okay. I'm just going to ask here, is she going to be okay before we end this session here? Yeah, poor lady. That must have been, I mean, that's not what you want at 83, is it? To be crossing the road and then get run over by a speeding kind of motorcyclist, because it would have had to be speeding. Yeah, for some kind of, well, I have to say that for some dumb ceremony, I find it for somebody to almost lose their life because of it. I think it's wrong. I actually do feel it's wrong, and they need to give that lady some compensation, and they also need to apologize to her and explain they will do it differently next time. There's no need for all this convoy through residential roads where people live. Okay, it just happened upon Yvonne's channel right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's yeah, I think this is the public are not going to like this in England. You know, this ordinary lady just going about her business and losing her life because of the royal family. Not at all. Okay, so is this lady going to be okay? Because she's got multiple injuries. She hasn't got dementia. I don't know who said she got dementia. She wasn't. She hasn't got dementia at all. So, well, I don't. I haven't read that anyway. So, is she going to be okay? This lady. Yeah, I think it's disgusting. In fact, I am disgusted by this, guys. An entourage of snotty, peerages just driving through some kind of, putting the foot down through some kind of residential area. You know, the UK are going to go crazy over this. Yeah, it's not, it's not a lady with dementia. Her daughter said she's got multiple injuries. So is she going to be okay? Is she? I get her kind of bruised quite a lot. She's absolutely no. She's this possibly will give her dementia, guys, because I do get her very distressed over this. You know, it's okay for William and Kate and the entourage say, "Oh, keep going, like they need to get to this ceremony. We'll deal with this accident." This lady is very distressed over this, and her daughter. And her daughter. Yeah, and her daughter are very distressed over this. I must admit, I don't feel very happy with this myself. Yeah, it's unbearable. I get the card unbearable. It's unbearable. They're very distressed over this. Her daughter and this lady. Yeah, I've got the heartbreak card. Actually ruined the day, actually. You just have to look at that photograph of William and it says it all, his face. His face says it all. It's like he's in shock. And, just had to kind of carry on with the day. Yeah, so, yeah, not good, guys? I'm not sure if she'll ever recover from this. this lady. I don't feel she'll ever recover from this mentally. Yeah, she's quite a strong lady. That's what, yeah, this is going to cause conflict. This is going to cause conflict. The public are going to say, what on earth were they doing when they've got helicopters to get them across London? Yeah, I think this is going to not good at all on taxpayers' monies as well. So yeah, there you go, guys. Hope the lady okay, what have we got here? Yeah, the Daily Mail understands William had been keen to visit the victim yesterday, but felt that it could be too intrusive. And instead, both he and Kate sent flowers. And you can't have flowers in hospitals either, so they got that wrong. We don't, in a hospital, you're not allowed to have flowers anymore. Especially because you're going to breathe in all of that pollen if you're having trouble breathing anyway. So anyway, sent flowers and after initially making contact via a family liaison officer, a member of their team from Kensington Palace has also been to see the family. Not good. I feel William will be very upset by this, and absolutely. And there's also people who saw the incident are in shock too. This motorbike hit her, guys, because this motorbike is, what they do, they can't move anything until there's an investigation. Now the motorbike's on its side, and there's people around who are shocked. There's people around who saw this who are also very shocked at what happened. So, okay, let's hope that lady gets better soon. And yeah, not nice, is it? I can see with that photograph there with William, just to get us to Windsor. Just to get us to Windsor, we've actually possibly killed someone. I can see it in his face. It's like he can't believe it. It's just not him, is it? It's not him. Yeah, so yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of people. People are not going to be happy with that in the UK. So I thought I'd report this to you and give you some insight of what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be a lot of bad luck happening, don't they? So around these accidents here. So anyway, I thought I'd come on live and just report this. So well, what can I say? I just hope she gets well and she gets back to good health. Which is going to be a long journey by the sounds of it, the rehabilitation and all of that kind of thing. Terrible, terrible. Yeah, so I'm going to say, guys, thank you for watching. I just thought I'd pop by to report this to you here. It is in the newspapers, but I've just given you my version of it, which is intuitively looking in between the lines. What I pick up intuitively, I'll just summarize. This was a crossing, as you know, like a zebra crossing, a pelican crossing. And this lady was, I feel intuitively that this lady was crossing the road because it was green and she could cross the road, but this entourage was driving through a red light. Yeah, I'm not happy about that at all. I feel William's a bit kind of, I think he feels a bit disgusted. I feel William feels like a big fat rat um, for this happening, you know, and he doesn't want to appear that way. And things will change because of this, the way they travel around residential areas. I mean, really, I could, you know, having an entourage through an area like that, I think that's so wrong. You know, it's a narrow road, and speeding through that when you're only allowed to do about 30 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, you know. Um, yeah, so okay. Okay, so what I'm going to say, guys, is thank you. Just thought I'd let you know what's going on, and there's be a big hoo-ha over this. Absolutely. Um, I don't know whether this would be manslaughter because it's not an accident, is it? As such, this lady was crossing the road on a pelican crossing. That's what I get intuitively. So they may try to blame this lady here. So I'm going to say, guys, I'm going to say, well, in terms of flowers, in England, the wards are not allowed to have flowers because the you know they have pollen, and people have, you know, if they're on ventilators and things like that, you cannot have pollen going into the ventilators, which cause actually some kind of reactions. Um, Absolutely not. So I will say, yeah, this convoy, yeah. Uh, I will say, yeah, lilies. I mean, if you get lilies, a bunch of lilies, they have loads of pollen everywhere. I mean, I remember when I was nursing and some when we were allowed to have flowers on wards, I would be trying to you know reach over to puff up the pillows or something, and I'd get this great bit on my white uniform, this pollen mark right down the uniform, you know, from lilies. Lilies terrible for that. Yeah, we weren't allowed to because it was affecting people's breathing, pollen, you know, pollen kind of thing. Hi there. So you're still awake, you guys? I couldn't sleep. I think after reading that, I couldn't sleep, guys. So I just had to come on and talk about it. Yeah, it's time to go to sleep. It is. Yeah, lots of prayers for that lady too. And I hope she gets well. So I'm just going to say, have a great day, everyone. And you take care. Okay. And bye for now. Bye bye.